Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I'm here with my friends. You guys introduce yourself again.
I'm tops, and I
I,
get
I'm
top,
I'm Logic, and I give him top.
And I'm the one motherfucking dude on the planet. I'm Andrew.
and you're
Yeah.
Wow,
All
that's so
right,
deep.
so
not
we
A-Train.
Did you
we
say
got
deep as in the boys reference?
All of you, shut up.
You know him.
all right. So basically, today we have some pretty interesting subjects that I think could be, pretty fun. You guys want to hear
Yep.
them?
That
Yes, I do.
sounds wonderful.
All right. Let's start it off with game show ideas, because if you haven't seen Squid Game already, I haven't. You might be wondering, dang, it should be really easy to just make a hit show of your own, but no. Squid
Okay,
Game wasn't that
so-
interesting, but we need to come up with better ideas, and we have a few prepared. Daily, take us with your first one.
Okay,
Oh,
well, first I feel
yippee.
like we should talk about the second segment, just in case anyone does want to listen to it, and that is going to be who would win in a fight if everyone of all time fought in their prime. And so first we're going to start with game show ideas, and we had some written down, except I forgot where they're written down. So I'm just going to start with a brand new one. And so this one is what I call wacky abortions. And so you go to states where it's illegal, and whoever gets the wackiest abortion wins. Like, one of them, someone can just do a naked Norwegian death dive, right? Just belly flop, right? Boom, that's 10 points. Someone, wacky abortion, eat Taco Bell, boom, 15 points. So that's basically the gist of the game show. You want to take
Amazing.
one funny?
Yeah,
Amazing.
let's talk about that one a bit more. Wouldn't that, other from getting the most extraordinary ratings ever, wouldn't that be a bit hard to obtain?
No. Liberals love it.
True.
True.
Let's see now.
Sounds like an amazing idea.
I know. I just need $10 million and 4 pregnant women, and you got yourself a show.
Do you,
You actually can just give me 4 women. I can get them pregnant. I just need the 10 million.
Oh yeah.
Does the what if they die during said wacky abortion?
Late abortion, bonus points,
Let's go.
double whammy.
See, you can have a post-mortem death.
Yeah. Post-mortem abortion. Just like the boys for real.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
That happened in The Boys.
No,
I don't even
kind of.
remember. All right.
All right. Oh, were you guys gonna say something?
You
Okay,
say
so
the
what are
boys?
some we?
Yeah.
So,
No.
today I was actually working with my cousin at the library, and the guy one of the homeless people that kept coming, he actually got evicted today because he made one of the librarians cry through verbally abusing them. I'm not gonna go into detail.
Yeah.
'Cause obviously that wouldn't be nice, but
Was it because he kept coming?
please shut up. Anyways, let me finish.
Building on that subject, we have.
I'm not done yet.
Oh.
I'm not done. Oh, wait.
Okay.
The story's not done. Let me finish. Alright, where did I leave off? Okay, so that homeless guy, basically this isn't even the first time he's done it. He came back. Basically, he goes between 2 libraries, right? And so
Yep.
he got banned for 3 months at the library, and when he came back on the last day, he did something stupid at the other library. So he's also evicted over there. So you would think that, okay, well, he's gonna probably play it smart until he's done being evicted from one of the 2 libraries, but no, he decides to be stupid today, verbally abuse a librarian, and so now he's banned for a year.
Let me ask you a
Damn.
question. How do they expect him to play it smart if he has no books to learn from?
Well, I mean, there are.
How do you get evicted from a
You-
library?
You're giving him the illness and then suppressing his medicine. This is unfair. This is unjust treatment.
Literally 1984.
But yeah, no,
That's a date,
he's
bro.
crazy because he has multi-personality disorder, and but the thing is, he doesn't have meds, because he probably can't afford them.
That's what I'm saying.
Society.
They're giving him his-
Yeah, to add on to what he was saying, then. But yeah, no, he's gone for a year, and it's a lot easier for my cousin to work at the library, and also, he has to die in California heat outside, and he has nowhere else to go. So, let's go, baby.
That'd make
W.
a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
game show, though.
Yeah. So, leading on to homeless people suffering. I mean, fixing the homeless issue.
We
Oh,
have
So,
the homeless
basically,
Squid Games.
yeah. So, there's not really an official name for it yet, but basically, Squid
I
Game.
think.
What's
Okay,
the point of it?
I have a good
People
name
are-
for it. I actually do have a good name for it. Downtown Los Angeles.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So basically, yeah. We sure whatever downtown Los Angeles. I don't care what you want to call it, but basically, just like in Squid Game, Squid Game's like one of those. It's like a second chance, right? Except it's more for people. Actually, it's basically the same thing. Like, so I guess some people actually straight up need the money and they're not actually homeless, but they just need it, or they come out of jail. But this one's just for homeless people. So, instead of having homeless fight each other on the streets with knives or a fist fight, or one pushes the other in the streets and a car runs over them, and that one dude who was driving gets insurance money, and it's actually kind of nice. So I'm kind of encouraging other people to follow along. But anyways, going back to this homeless Squid Game, I mean downtown Los Angeles.
I get it.
So I think the first game should probably be, but
So what you're
Red
saying
light, green light.
is instead of homeless people fighting on the streets, now they're fighting on TV.
yeah, except
Okay.
the money that is donated gets given to them.
Yeah, it gets.
No,
we
that's what
think-
I
we
want.
think-
Or
Well,
what
what?
about if it's like Hunger Games style and you can like sponsor your favorite hobo?
Yeah,
No, it's
Except-
sponsored by Mr. Beast.
and
$2,000 and
the owner of the
$2,000 and Joe gets his daily hit of cocaine or heroin, and he just like goes full fire mode the whole day. That should be the like donation amounts. It's just different doses of heroin.
I think the owner of the show gets like 10% share because they just deserve it for being so smart. And this also
yeah,
fixes
yeah.
the homeless population.
Yeah,
That's what
it
COVID
really
is
just
for.
destroys it.
No, see, COVID is doing its job, but it's too slow. And there are more
Oh
homeless
my
people
God.
every day because of COVID. Have you ever thought about that? No.
Okay, hear me out. So, this might be a little bit unoriginal because I think the CIA already did it. But hear me out. We just give them like a bunch of cocaine and just film it.
See, that already happened. and
Maybe.
that's what made all the
Mm.
homeless people.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Also, actually, we just straight up purge them. The purge.
You know,
Except we only kill people on the streets that are homeless, and also it's good because it prevents people from wanting to be homeless. Because some people are homeless just because like, oh, it doesn't seem bad. Why would I want to work? Well, now you actually have a reason to work. It's either that or you just straight up die. Like there's no second chance of being a homeless, and you just die.
I think no, don't purge them because that's not like
Oh.
good
That sounds-
TV.
Yeah, it just sounds like communism to me, and I hate commies.
For real.
I guess I'm just a communist.
Yeah, but we actually wrote down some games for the homeless to play.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see.
All right, yeah. The first theme is actually inspired by Saw. And they have to dig through a bunch of syringes and find the one that's laced with heroin to survive. What do you think of that?
All right.
Oh,
think
except
that's
it's
pretty
also kind of like the glass game, and you could use other hobos to search through. So the homeless people could fight each other, and if one, let's say one accidentally, quote unquote, gets stabbed by another homeless with a syringe, you could use this arm to fish it out if you need it. I'm guessing a key, but I'm
And-
not sure.
Andrew, have you never seen Saw? That is literally what happens in Saw.
Oh yeah, I
They-
know. They push a woman in and she falls on
Yeah.
her back. But I'm saying, and I also did say this was pretty. This is inspired by Saw, but I'm not saying it's going to be exactly like Saw. I'm saying you could literally kill each other just like in the Glass game, where they could kind of kill each other to get to a certain goal, right?
Can you
Except they
explain
kill
the
'em.
Glass game? I don't know what the Glass game is.
So the Glass game is basically it's a 50-50. They completely rigged it compared to the other games where it was a lot more fair. But yeah, this one kind of it's bringing out your true nature, which I'm sure you could tell most homeless
Okay.
people are pretty bad. But if you're a good person, you're like, all right, guys, let's work together here. If we just combine all our clothes together or what we're wearing, we could make like a little safety glove to fish through all the syringes, So it kind of brings out people's true nature. And it's just like Squid Game.
Uh-huh. I see.
And then there are also just the bad people who just use syringes as weapons, or they'll be like, "Oh, free heroin." Except in each one, it's just the COVID vaccine. See, on the streets, you would be like, "Oh, wow, free COVID vaccine." Well, it's actually heroin. But this time, people are like, "Oh, it's heroin," but it's actually a COVID vaccine.
It's actually fentanyl.
Okay.
Which
No, I
is
didn't.
sometimes lethal.
And if they do survive, they're fully vaccinated.
Okay, I think we're gonna move on to the next game show now.
No, we haven't gone
Oh.
through it. We need to cover a lot of airtime. So,
Yeah, which is why I'm going to be continuing to the next game. It's called Living in Chicago. Yeah, I think I could let Kaden explain this one.
So basically, the task of the game is to kill yourself as soon as possible, or to leave. Those are the only two ways you can win.
Why don't I explain it instead? So basically,
okay.
all the surviving homeless people from the first game are dropped in Chicago, where there is thousands of dollars in bounties on every one of their heads, and they have to survive for 24 hours.
This is probably heavily inspired by that one Stephen King novel. I can't think of it, but maybe
The
Dave,
Hunger
you can
Games?
think of it. No, goddamn, no.
I have
What?
no clue. I've only read like Skeleton Crew and the
Alright, never
Talisman.
mind. I forgot what it was called, but basically, or it's like one of those movies where it's like, oh, you have to survive until this certain time to earn this amount of money, and they're like, oh, it's like a manhunt. Holy
You mean
crap!
like
Dream
Mr.
reference.
Mr. B. Oh,
Yeah, or Mr. Beast. I don't know.
Dream.
okay.
Mr. Beast,
Alright.
I invited 100 crackheads on my private island. The winner gets cocaine.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that works. Dude, Mr. Beast did a Squid Game, but he did it with middle class citizens.
I
So
invited 100 illegal immigrants onto my private island, and the winner.
and they had a
gets
battle
green card.
royale.
And I gave
Are
them
they going to
cocaine.
get this green
Lots of
card, you may
cocaine.
ask? Well, they are going to marry Chandler. Chandler, will you do the honors? That'd be a pretty sick video, I think.
And Chandler loses somehow.
Yeah. No, it's like it's like Hunger Games style. Like they all have like kits or whatever. They're all provided with like a World War II era rifle, a pack of cocaine, and some I don't know animal crackers.
I was thinking some 40s and a lawnmower, but you do you. Yeah.
I just
So
I want to see like a bunch of
I hope Perk
crackheads
says Superman.
I want to see a bunch of crackheads duking it out and with like M1 Garens.
Just a musket, and it takes them like 2 minutes to reload because they have no clue what's going on, and they are high as hell. And so
2
there
minutes
should be
is
a
a bit of a
musket racing
stretch. It should be
show.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I
And then
did.
for the third game, I say one homeless guy. He's the only one with the weapon, and everyone else who is still alive has to team on him.
It's literally just Juggernaut.
Yeah, basically. But what should the weapon be? You know what? We'll let the homeless person choose.
I was gonna say
They're gonna choose heroin, not fight, and just inject themselves with it and enjoy the end.
No. Jack
Like,
themselves.
fucking-
They're gonna go like absolutely crazy. Like they're gonna like know Muay Thai fucking boxing, and they're just gonna like beat the shit out of everyone they'll actually just straight up win. They don't even need a weapon. They just use heroin. And it's
You know
like
what you could, you know what
Yeah,
you could say about them, Andrew? You know what you could say?
what?
You know, you could say. I guess you could say they're cracked out crazy.
Actually, shut up. I don't want that to be the line of our podcast. It's just, hey, my God, did you hear the new podcast? It's crazy. It's cracked out crazy.
Guys, please, anyone that's listening, start saying that.
We
I
really
want, I want it to catch on.
Stop.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
Stop.
actually think like the homeless juggernaut should just be armed with like a fucking medieval era like broadsword.
Yeah, that'd actually be the safest weapon, I think.
Oh my lord. Stop. Please. For the love of God.
Okay, so the next show is what we call a game. It's called Kids Drinking, and basically, it's you put kids onto international waters that they're allowed to drink, and then you ask them trivia questions. Then you see which kid going to be the worst alcoholic, and which kid is going to be the smartest. The loser
Who
gets,
wins though?
well, the winner. No one wins in this game. The winner gets alcohol, and the loser becomes an alcoholic.
Okay. Well,
There should be like sections to this game, like challenges you have to move past, because there's no fun without that. They should do
Is that a
Challenge.
third game?
Oh,
or have we
yeah.
moved on to the
There's
fourth?
number one, driving.
Yes,
drive ahead in real life.
God's most oppressed group.
Drunk drivers.
Yeah, because you know that they're just like, who was the NBA champion in 1976? And respond be like fucking Michael Jordan, LeBron.
The Seahawks.
Tom Brady.
We have amazing ideas.
Yeah. Okay. The next game show is about kids with cancer, and not kids, just people like that are terminally ill in general. And because they're dying anyways, you can have them do anything and it won't matter. And so like the challenge will be like catch a alligator with your bare hands, and then it'll just be like 8 bald people running into a lake, and the winner gets like money for their family.
You somehow made Breaking Bad more fucked up.
This, yeah, it'll be hosted by Walter White every episode. Walter, I'm not gonna have sex with you, Walter. Walter, stop pulling your dick out.
just murked him.
Oh.
Jesse, we need to cook.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty good. How much money are you thinking?
I don't know.
Well,
Like they're dead, so they kind of won't need it. So like,
No, but their family will.
that's true. Yeah, but they're also supporting one less person per year, which saves you overall, on average, like $20,000 per year times 80 years. So that's like $1.6 million they're saving, right? And so, $1.6 million, and if we gave them a $1.7 million prize, that would be $100,000. Because, you know, we also saved them $1.6 million because they died.
You know what? True.
Or we give them a $100,000 prize. They're $1.6 million in debt. And that's how we make all of our profit. Okay.
Hey, after our
by the
last
way-
episode, did any of you guys listen to the full thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch it.
No. By the way,
You-
all of these are hosted by Steve Harvey. I hope that's known, because he's my favorite host.
Survey says.
Survey says kill.
No.
Okay, so the next one is a game show
You
where
are
it's trivia, but it
not
slowly
the
turns
father.
into interrogation. And at the end, Chris Hansen comes out and arrests them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, the only contestants on the show are politicians.
Yeah.
Lol.
Hee 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 haw.
Yari.
Literally just. Ooh. You know,
One of them.
I was thinking of something else. It's called
What?
the Frankenstein Challenge.
What the?
You know, you defile as many graves as possible, and the person to defile as many graves as possible before getting caught is the winner. You know,
Thick.
you get 2 times points if the person had a net worth of over $1 million.
And what
I
about like
legit can't do
bonus?
anything.
What about like bonus points for like criminals?
Bonus points for criminals? I'm not sure, because their bodies
Huh.
aren't as useful, because, like, you don't really want the body of a guy who got shot 50 times as opposed to a guy who drowned.
That's true. You don't want the body of a guy who was shot 50 times. Instead, go for politicians who were shot 50 times in suicide.
All right. On to the next game show.
Kill himself with 50 shots to the back of the head.
So the next game show is where it's a dating show for actually never mind. You know what? I'm not gonna do that one. That one's kinda it's bad. Alright, how about this one? So it's like that Japanese show where that guy got locked up for like 17 months, but instead it's like a baby and they get locked up for the entire lives.
I think that's called the Truman
And-
Show.
Yeah, it's
That-
the Truman Show.
Where you put schizophrenics in a VR set and then you just play Dark Side of the Moon on loop and see what happens. More of an experiment, really.
That seems like something the CIA would do.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
go on the CIA logs right now. They had cameras on birds. They spend millions of dollars on bird cameras. That is not a joke. If you just look at the CIA files, they're crazy. All of you listening right now, go look at them. They're wild.
And they're turning the frogs gay. What's with that? All the frogs, bro. They're all turning gay. Like, what's happening with that?
What is up with all these frogs turning gay?
Doesn't make any sense.
I can't find a single.
deal with all
the trying to gay give us-
frogs?
I can't
They're
find
giving
a
us
single
AIDS.
nice female frog that wants to give me warts on my dick. What is up with that?
Now, Kramer, don't be like that.
Walter. I don't know. I've never seen Seinfeld. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
I'll just do the just a mop speech. Just a mop. Just a mop. That was not just a mop. That mop was given to me when I was a kid. And it was the most important thing ever given to me. My mama gave it to me. Actually, also the life is like a mop speech instead. This is my new mop.
Okay.
I don't know. No, never mind. No one knows what the hell I'm referencing. I'm gonna stop now.
Yeah, please.
Is Anders still here?
Think
Yeah.
so?
He's going try hard mode on me right now.
Are you guys... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, a game show called Find the Trans Person, and you put a bunch of cis women in a room, and all of them start accusing each other, and all of them get really offended.
And the thing is, none of them are actually trans.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that was the cis woman part.
The one-time TV show thing.
Yeah. No, you film like 10 episodes at once. That way you get a full season. And it doesn't ruin it.
Alright. I think we've kind of exhausted the amount of game show ideas that we've had. So I say
No.
we make a hard pivot to the second subject of the podcast, which is if you dropped everyone ever into a battle royale area in their prime, who would come out the victor?
Me.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Let's start being realistic here. I think it would either be someone by the likes of Andre the Giant, Wilt Chamberlain, or Mike Tyson.
My thing is, I still don't think Mike Tyson can reach Andre the Giant's head. I think Andre the Giant would pick him up like a little doll and crush him.
Well, let's just say that they're just fighting like 1v1. Someone else could probably take out Andre the Giant along the way, because I don't know if you've noticed, but Andre the Giant, although he was crazy strong, he had like a ton of body fat and was not very fast.
That's true.
That's true, but as long as he gets a hold of someone, there's no chance. And the thing is, he's going to get a hold of you because he has so much longer arms than you. And so in order to like hit him, you need to get close.
You know, that is true. That is true.
Allahu Akbar.
I think his strat might just be to sit down. Just sit down in the middle, and as people walk up to him, just crush them.
Wait, Andre the Giant?
Yeah,
Andre the
that might be
Giant.
the meta.
He was like 7'4" and huge.
Wait,
He wasn't
really?
actually 7'4", he was only like 7'1".
That's still
Yeah,
huge. Wait, but Shaq is like pretty tall too.
Shaq
Yeah, but
is
he's not
also
like
7'1".
as built.
Oh, well,
I don't
yeah.
think
See,
he's
there you go.
built.
And
Also,
Shaq is faster.
I'd also argue that like prime Shaq in like 2000 had a much higher, muscle to body fat ratio than Andre, while being the same size.
Yeah, easily. And probably more healthy too. Who knows? Maybe Andre gets a heart attack mid-battle. Which could happen with someone that tall.
If it's in their
Definitely a
prime,
possibility.
though, if it's in their prime, like the prime of their life, that means you're
Oh.
talking about Andre the Giant 60 beer cans in, and there's nothing stopping him. My man is a tank in his absolute prime. he can't feel anything.
Hmm.
So is he constantly drunk?
Yes, during this fight, he is constantly drunk.
Damn.
This
Well,
is
okay,
his-
how about like Rasputin?
He's a wizard. He doesn't count.
It does count though. He's a real person.
He's a wizard. He is not a person. He is a wizard sent by the devil. But-
What about Arnold?
Nah.
Because
I
don't think
Arnold
he's
is like
a
one of
Arnold's a bodybuilder.
the most swole people.
Arnold said he was intimidated by Wilt.
You know what? That is true. That brings us up to Wilt. Wilt Chamberlain is like
Oh, Wilt
super
Chamberlain.
fucking freaky. Like,
Yeah. I
You know,
think
man was
he
like-
might have the best.
he was like
Ah.
7. He's like 7 foot. The only problem is he's not like as big as Andre.
Yeah, he's pretty strong, but I just think Andre would move people's cars as a prank. That's not something that most people can do. Like, that's like, I don't know, that's just next level.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like Wilt Chamberlain, for all the stuff he could do at fucking 7 foot, was like, he was like an Olympian. I think he had like a 500 bench press. He was just like
Mhm.
straight out freaky. Like they offered him an NBA contract when he was like 50.
Yeah. I think he's the best he would have been the best basketball player ever. I think he's the best athlete ever.
Yeah, definitely one of them. Best basketball
He's-
player ever? No, like no shot. But
He still holds the points record.
for a single game, yeah.
He held for his first seasons he still has the highest average score. I think currently he has the highest average assist plus points rate because his last like 10 seasons were spent just getting assists. Because he said, "I'm tired of scoring. I'm gonna get assists," and so his points dropped like monumentally, but he got way more assists. His assists like tripled.
Yeah, yeah. He
And
isn't. He
we are
isn't
way off
very.
topic.
He isn't very high on the all-time assist list, but still.
But if you combine the two, I think he's like number one.
I don't know much about him,
Roster.
but he sounds like a legend from what I hear.
Very much so.
Yeah, he's just like me for real.
Just like you for real.
All right, how
Like,
about
if you-
Kobe?
No,
No.
I think he'd
He's
make
dead.
it pretty far. It's in their prime. I think he'd make it pretty far, but I don't think he'd make it that far.
Yeah, like Kobe was not the biggest guy. Like there's several people in the NBA right now that could beat Kobe in the fight.
I don't know. Something about him's kind of like he could probably beat a lot of people up. Like he would
Yeah, he
do
definitely
pretty
could.
good.
Yeah, he'd do well, but he wouldn't like win. I think he'd be top like 0.1% though.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of basketball players that might win, look up a picture of Karl Malone. That man is ripped as hell. He has biceps the size of my head. I think he
How
would
big is
stand.
your head?
I think he would stand a substantial, you know.
Okay, we haven't talked about my theory on the matter yet. My theory is a Viking would win. Like someone from or like 4,000 years ago that grew up training and fighting. They had to like learn to survive at a young age, and all they did was fight and exercise for like 30 years, and then they died. So like some massive 6'6" Norwegian guy from a long time ago. And then the other person I think has a chance is a Pacific Islander. Those people are built different.
Also,
How about African Americans?
What do you think these basketball players are, dipshit?
Yeah, but like slaves,
No.
No.
they work out every day.
No. I'm cutting that out.
No, he actually does bring a fair point that like from like a few thousand years ago, but I think
No, slaves worked a ton, but they were also given like the worst food possible.
that's true.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how much you work if you're not getting
All
like, the
right.
right nutrients you're gonna get.
What about George from
George.
yeah.
Just a George.
Yeah. George from Of Mice and Men would win.
He is pretty big.
Is his name George or is it something else? I don't remember.
It's George.
Yeah, he's pretty strong.
I
Yeah.
think Shaq would kick his ass.
No shot.
No.
Now we're discussing fictional versus real people.
Yeah.
What about Dwayne? Dwayne Johnson.
No, he wouldn't. He's big, but
Yeah.
He's not
No
that
shot. But if he was Black Adam, then I mean,
If he was Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
no. If he was Black Adam,
No, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
no.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, but he's Black Adam from the new DC movie Black Adam, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
okay. You know how big George Milton was?
No, I don't.
What's George Milton?
The character from Of Mice and Men that he said Shaq would beat up?
No.
Okay, so remember that guy, the other big guy from the show that they said George was way bigger than? He was 6'6" and 280 pounds.
What, the guy who I said Shaq could beat up?
No, the guy that they said this is apparently looks small next to the guy that Shaq could beat up. Have you ever read of Mice and Men? My man accidentally snaps a lady's head off.
He
You know
was
what?
just
True.
he was just scared. Okay, he was just scared.
But
He's
keep in
just
Facts,
mind,
like me for real.
Shaq could probably do that
Be
if he
around
wanted
women.
to.
I think George Milton would win. George, he,
He would.
well, I mean Lenny. Lenny's the other guy.
Ah, there you go.
I'm gonna-
Yeah. Yep. Lenny. There we go.
For some reason, I get him confused.
Yeah, because George sounds like a normal person's name. Lenny sounds like a special name.
Special name.
You know, special names. Everyone's got a special name. Mine is Homelander. Anders is A-Train.
I love A-Train.
Lenny Small. I'm looking him up right now.
Lenny is not small. What are
No.
you talking about?
George is small. Lenny is not.
Yeah.
Lenny picks up a girl and covers her mouth and picks her up with like one hand and shakes her so hard with the one hand that he snaps her neck. He like breaks a guy's hand and wrist by just squeezing it and like lifting him off the ground with his one arm. Lenny's a big dude. I mean, Lenny is small. That is his last name, but
Yeah.
he's not of small stature. We got way off topic. I say new topic. Fleetwood Mac. What do you guys think?
I'm not
What?
a huge fan.
Damn.
What's up?
Not even a landslide.
That's the one song I like.
Damn, what a nerd. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Women only
You can
love
connect with the boomers with those kind of topics
women.
right there.
They will come and I okay. Thank you.
You know, yeah.
That's all for me. Thank you.
I think that should about wrap up today's podcast. You know?
All right.
Yep.
Wow, Ander, using Finn. Very disappointed in you right now.
Good night. Good night, fans. I don't know if it's night.
Good night, guys.
I'm assuming it is because you guys are virgins.
Good night, gamers.